go.
Hits 96, Chattanooga's #1 hit music station. Gino D here with you. And today I have the privilege of being connected to an up and coming pop star. She's done so many things, and her song Castle right now is absolutely everywhere. It's one of my new favorites. I'd like to welcome to the show Haven Madison. How are you, Haven?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for doing this with us. Of course, just having this little chat here. Like I mentioned, everybody's loving your song right now. It's everywhere. I'm following you on socials. You've been doing all kinds of reels and videos and TikToks
Oh
and
yeah.
everything else. You got to get it out there. I appreciate that. And we were so excited to hear that you're also going to be joining us on June 14th, right here in Chattanooga at the Whiskey Cowgirl to do a little bit of an acoustic showcase for our Luck of the Draw event. So thank you for giving donating your talent and your time to spend some time with us coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I literally love your city and I've got so many friends there. It's going to be a blast.
Excellent, excellent. Well, make sure you tell them to come on out because Whiskey Cowgirl will be open and we're going to have a blast. So that is great. Before we get into Castle and all of that, I know you have quite the career behind you. You were born into a musical family. You've been doing music for quite some time. So for those that aren't familiar with your story, let's kind of start from the beginning. How did it all come to be? How did you get into music? I know you have, like I said, musical family, but kind of tell your story and how it all came.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to joke that I had no fighting chance at doing literally anything other than music.
Yeah,
I feel like I came out of the womb singing. My dad was a Christian music artist for about 20 years, so I actually grew up on a tour bus. And to this day, I sleep better on a bus than I do in my bed.
sure.
I don't understand it. It rocks me to sleep. But my mom homeschooled me and my brother, and we were all over the road. We were probably pretty annoying in retrospect, but in the moment it was great. And yeah, so I just grew up around music. I grew up doing it. I grew up loving it. I remember I got paid $40 one time to go out on stage with my dad, and I stood there like a stick bug because I was so afraid to move. But yeah, no, I think that it's definitely been such a huge part of me in my life. And I started writing songs like I think when I was like 6, I wrote a song about Santa Claus in the middle of June.
There you
Um,
go. Okay.
yeah, no, it just kind of has always been, I feel like there's no haven without music.
hmm
And the older I got, the more I fell in love with it and the better I got at it, obviously. And when COVID hit, I started really writing songs that I wanted to put out. So I started putting out random songs online. And by the time I went on American Idol at 16, I had like 11 songs released, just kind of because
Wow.
I loved it so much.
Sure, sure. Yeah, it's something was that $40 moment was like, oh, I can get paid to do this as well. This is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Can only assume that kind of clicked in your head a little bit, like, no, this could be something I could chase.
Right. No, yeah, it was definitely it was funny because I love singing so much, but it really is a different game on stage in front of people. You don't realize your fight, flight, or freeze really comes into play if you're not used to it. And so I remember walking out and be like, "Oh shoot, like you don't just sing, you have to move around and not be awkward." It was like a big epiphany moment for me, and that's when I was like, "Okay, like this could be kind of fun."
Sure, sure. You mentioned your time with American Idol, of course, season 21. How did that experience kind of shape your career and what you're doing now? What lessons did you learn from that whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's so funny because I really did not plan on doing that. I happened to check my email one day and somebody was like, "You should do this." And I was like, "Hell no." Like I thought it was a scam. So I was like, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Yeah,
But obviously God moves in the way that he moves and I ended up doing a Zoom audition and it every single round I swore I was going to get cut that round and I just kept going. And I was like, "What is going on?" Like you don't even realize the people that they don't air on the show. There's some phenomenal singers that don't even get airtime. Like it's wild. Um but I think that show really made me realize how important songwriting is for me. I definitely grew as a singer for sure, but the main thing that I realized was like, oh, not everybody can like write songs like I have done my entire life. So I really leaned into that and was
Mhm.
like, how can I express different emotions through my songwriting? And I think that led to all the music I've been doing now, and it led to this new sense of vulnerability and honesty in my music, which I don't know would have happened without that show.
Sure. Yeah. It kind of gives you a little more confidence, I can assume, as well. Just having
Mhm.
that national recognition, obviously, it's the
Yeah.
big hullabaloo, but then to kind of really focus, like you're saying, on the songwriting. I know you put out an EP, a debut EP, Turn Off All the Lights, in recent time, described as you're kind of saying, honest, coming of age collection. And then you're
Yeah.
talking about your songwriting process. Obviously, that's growing to now the more recent singles that you've been releasing. So, what is the process for Haven? How do you kind of start things off? How does it happen? Is it lyrics? Do you hear a melody? What's going on in your head when it starts?
I just can't even describe it as anything other than chaos. I've never understood my method. Like my friends are always like, "Teach us how to write a song." I'm like, I don't even know how it happens. It just happens.
Sure.
A lot of times it's sparked by an emotion or a situation. It's really funny. I remember when I was in high school, if somebody was mean to me or some weird situation would happen, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll probably write a song about it later." Like that became my ongoing joke. I'll write about it later. Um, but yeah, I think generally speaking, it's like an emotion, it's a thought. Whether it's I got that from a movie, a book, or my own personal experience, it just starts with like a really strong emotion. And it's the weirdest thing. It's like as soon as I pick up a guitar or I sit at the piano, it just like happens. It makes no sense at all. But I'm so grateful it does because I love it so much. But yeah, especially in the last few years of doing it professionally, I go into these writing sessions and I mean like 4 or 5 hours tops later, I have a full recording of a song. It just like flows out of me. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, but is it the music that hits first, or you just start playing on the piano, or is there a lyric that you wake up in a dream, or it doesn't matter? It's all of
It,
it.
it's all of it. It's so
Okay.
I wish I
Okay.
had a more profound answer, but I really
Sure.
like sometimes I have a title of a song, like for example, Sky Up on my EP. Like we were like, oh, how cool would a song called Sky Up be? So sometimes you start with the title, sometimes it's just a concept, sometimes I have a weird progression I played on piano that I really like, or a lot of times I do think in melodies and lyrics a lot. Like I'll be out and about and I'll have to like walk away in the corner and like turn my voicemail on and be like, because I like got an idea.
Sure.
But yeah, it really is. It's pure chaos.
Okay. All right. Well, we love it. We're loving it so far. So keep going. The chaos is working. It's
It's
proven to
working.
be
It's
a
working.
good method for sure. As I mentioned, it's Castle right now, new single. It explores themes of emotional vulnerability, as you mentioned, personal growth, of course. What was the inspiration behind this song? I think I know a little bit because I did see a reel that you did with your friends when you played it for them the first time. I think I
Yeah,
saw it on your
yeah,
Instagram, and I love those type of videos because the reaction. I mean, your friends are going to give you the honest reaction, right? They're the
for
ones that
sure.
are going to be the first sounding board. So
For
talk
sure.
about the inspiration behind that song, what it means to you, and of course the songwriting process behind that one.
Yeah, that song is really special to me because I mean, just in general, the song is so interesting. The chord progression is crazy. There's like a diminished seven in it, and then there's the melodics are insane. Like having to learn how to really sing that and find that placement in my
Yeah.
voice was just a different level. I always say it feels like I'm kind of doing the chicken neck when I'm singing it because I'm like changing my placement like every word. Um, but in terms of the actual lyric and what it means to me, I haven't had the best luck with love so far in my life.
Okay.
Um, and
You got plenty of time. You got plenty of
that's
time.
what everybody keeps saying, but I'm like, come
Sure,
on, give
sure,
me a
sure, sure.
win sometime. Give me a win. But I feel like after I had a really big heartbreak, and I think that my coping mechanism was to keep people at a distance, and let them feel like they knew me, but keep a lot hidden behind closed doors so that it didn't hurt as much if they chose to walk away. And this song was kind of the song of like, well, maybe I'll find somebody that'll be worth tearing all those walls down and all those guardrails and just maybe it won't work out, but it'll be worth it to love somebody like unapologetically and authentically again, because I haven't in a really long time.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's really interesting because it is a love song, but it's dressed in all the heartbreak I've experienced in the past, which I think is super interesting. And there's just so much you can take from the lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite songs I've done.
It's an amazing song, and like I said, I think I mentioned it before, or maybe we weren't recording, but either way, it was one of the first songs that I remember listening with our music panel here, and we all were kind of got goosebumps. We had that moment of like, oh wow, this is what songwriting is about. This is what it
Wow.
is. And as you mentioned, yeah, you feel like you're doing that with your neck, and you are changing it up. But
Yeah.
it's so funny about the song because it's like, soon as you're listening to it and you want it to change a little bit, it changes a little bit. It's like
Yeah.
we're all on the same page with that song is I guess the way to say it. So
Oh,
very well done, beautifully written, and we're happy to have it as part of our roster on Hits 96. And like I said, people have been requesting it now, and now to have you come out and perform it for us, we're excited.
I'm so excited. It feels so surreal. This has always been my dream. So I'm like, every day I'm like, do I need to pinch myself? Is this
Sure,
real?
yeah, am I dreaming for
Yeah.
sure? Talking about performing a little bit, I know you'll be on a stripped down kind of acoustic performance for us, which is fantastic. One of my favorite types of performing. But what does performing mean to you? You kind of touched on it a little bit when it comes to songwriting and all of that. But I can only assume, as you mentioned, performing live is a different ballgame.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I feel like from a young age, once I got comfortable on stage, because it is a weird process, like having to get used to people staring at you.
Yeah.
But once I got comfortable on stage, I realized I was actually more comfortable on stage than I was off. And I mean, in so many different scenarios, in church, it was easier for me to sing and enjoy the music when I was on it than when I was off. And so I think part of the reason I love performing so much is because I have learned that it is such a deep way to connect with people. When I'm such a fan. Like getting to see all the songs that are being played up and around mine with this whole radio thing, I'm obsessed with that artist. Like this is
Sure.
insane.
Yeah.
But when I go to shows, like there's that special moment when somebody makes eye contact with you and you're like, "Oh my God, they see me." And I just think that it's so, I don't even know the word. It's just out of this world to be able to do that for people. And it's unreal that people even relate to my music in the first place. But to be able to be on stage and to look at people and be like, I see you and I understand is something that you can't really get in any other context.
Yeah, it's the connection, right? I mean, there is really nothing like it. All the artists that I've spoken to over the years all kind of say that same thing. It's a natural high that performing
Yeah.
that you can never match. It doesn't matter what you're
Absolutely.
doing. It's one of those things. And I can only assume, and I know you're from Tennessee originally, and then you have now based out of Nashville. So I can only assume being in the music city. I'm not sure how long you've been there, but that
Mhm.
kind of was a whole new element too for performing live and seeing all the shows and everything else that's going on there.
Oh my God. I don't think it's talked about enough. Like when you hear Music City, you think of all the big country artists, but what people forget to think about is like you walk on Broadway on a Friday night and some of the most talented people you'll ever
Yeah.
come across are just singing in the bars. Like it's so rich and like not at a lack of talent whatsoever. And there's something you can learn from every single person. And I think it's so inspiring. I know some people when they're around a super saturated area can shrink, but for me like that makes me rise. Like that makes
Mhm.
me want to try harder and push harder and I feel so lucky to be able to be in a town like that where you go to the grocery store and the person checking you out has probably written like an insane song. You don't even know
Right.
it. Like one of the people I write with, we were joking about, I was like, I will know that I have made it when I'm in my Pilates class and my song comes on. Like that's when I'll be
There you
like,
go. Okay.
when I get to sit there and be like, ain't nobody know in here, this is my song. So
Uh,
I was talking to a songwriter about it, and he was like, dude, I was in hot yoga the other day, and the Cool Down song was one of the songs I'd written. And I was like, that's
wow.
just so cool. You just don't even know. And I love it.
That's so funny. We were talking about that, maybe on a different scale. We were talking about songs that you hear in a supermarket, right?
Yes.
When you're walking through the store. And it's like, I don't think anybody actually sets out with the goal of like, I want this to play at the Publix when I'm shopping.
Right, right.
But that is a sign that it's absolutely a huge song and
Yep,
everybody likes it. It's going to
yep.
please everybody. I think that's kind of a nice badge to wear. But no, of course, I don't think that's the original goal when anybody's writing it. But that's a good
Yeah.
sign that you've made it.
It's just nice. It's like, oh shoot. Like for me, I'm like, oh shoot, this song is good enough to where the girls want to like push harder in Pilates.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think that's so great. Congratulations on all the success so far. I can only assume that there is a big future ahead of you. I know that you're working hard now, doing a bunch of promo and stuff like that. What is the focus now for you as we look forward?
I mean, I just want to keep making music that's authentic to me and keep connecting with people, but I also just want to be sure to stay grounded and stay me throughout the entire process.
Yeah.
I think one of the big pieces of my songwriting is how human it is. So throughout this crazy whirlwind, being able to remain human and remain myself has been a huge goal for me. But hoping for a tour coming up, I have a lot of music that I'm hoping to put out in a specific way here soon.
Okay,
So
okay. Good. Well, we're going to keep our eyes open and our ears open for sure. Thank you again for taking some time with me today, spending some time with us on June 14th at Luck of the Draw. We can't wait to see the special acoustic
oh, yeah.
performance. We're going to have some fun right here in Chattanooga. One final question for you, Haven. What is the final message or feeling that you want to give to people that listen to your music, whether it be Castle or your EP or maybe something new that's in the works? What is the final takeaway that you want people to have when they listen to Haven Madison?
You're not alone. I think I want people to feel like they're in a safe space. It's very ironic, but I want them to feel like they're in a safe haven. Like they can be every version of themselves. They can feel every emotion, whether that's I'm hype and I love myself, or I'm sad, or I'm insecure and I'm broken. Like there's not an emotion, there's not a human feeling that's alien to me. And I hope that people get that from my music.
Wonderful. Well, I think you're well towards that goal. So congratulations on everything, and thank you again for spending some time with me. And we'll see you on June 14th at Whiskey Cowgirl for Luck of the Draw.
Oh yeah, I'll see you then.
Hey, it's a